Hola, hola. It's your girl, Erika from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, queen, as is. There is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. And I am here to remind you, I'm a confidence coach, a business mentor, a speaker, an author, and I am obsessed with women standing up, showing up, and creating their confidence. And I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Welcome back to the podcast. Okay, so I am very excited because today's episode is something that I've been jamming about quite a lot on my calls, in my DMs. I've been chatting a lot on social media about this. And for those of you that have been listening to the podcast for a little while, you know that I have been able to successfully build a 7-figure plus business with my personal brand. So my podcast, my socials, speaking on stage, my books, all of the content and my programs. And one of the things that I get asked the most is, how did you build the business side of your personal brand? And so I wanted to share some of the big mistakes for you if you are looking at building a personal brand, if you're looking at monetizing, if you're like, I have big goals and big dreams and big visions to impact. I want to be on stage. I want to be on Oprah's couch. I want to be doing a TED Talk. I want to write a book. Like all of these incredibly massive goals and dreams that once I had as a goal and dream. And if you were rocking with me since the beginning, you heard me talk about these things. And then now I've done these things and have been able to see where we get stuck, like where I was getting stuck, where the women that I'm now coaching and working with have been getting stuck. I wanted to share the insight with you because whether you have a personal brand right now or not, if you're wanting to build one, I'm like, let's build the business behind it so that you're not just Insta famous, so that you're not just getting the external validation that maybe you didn't get from your family. Okay, I see it all the time, girl. It's like somebody see me, somebody approve of me, somebody like me, validate me. And at the end of the day, you already know that the person that needs to validate yourself is you. It's not the followers, it's not the likes, it's not going viral, it's not somebody else telling you that you're good or you're worthy. Like, we don't need to chase that shit anymore. And if you're here and you're wanting to build a brand or build a personal brand or build a big business or do massive impact, there are certain things that I want to warn you about that I'm seeing and that I personally experienced myself, and there's a better way. So today we're gonna talk about that, and I just wanna give a shout out and lots of love to everyone who messaged me about my last podcast, about Instagram, about all the crazy stuff that just went down. I got so much love and support, and we've opened a secondary Instagram called the Confidence Chronicles podcast. So if you're on Instagram, go and follow my little account. I'm going to be sharing all the snippets from the podcast, everything that we're talking about on the podcast. You can give feedback on what episodes you want to see on the podcast there. So we have a second Instagram, which I told myself I would never do. But because of what happened when I lost mine, we built that one. That one kind of got activated. And so I was like, what a great place. We can share all the podcast stuff there. So make sure you head over to the Confidence Chronicles podcast on Instagram. Come say hello and drop in whatever you want to hear on the podcast. I would love to give you the episodes that you want and where you're at, where you're marinating, what you're thinking about. Let me know. Okay, so let's get into it. So I don't know about you, but I think everywhere we look, personal branding has become one of the buzzwords, kind of like trauma was a buzzword, kind of like mindset has been a buzzword. And I never would consider myself someone who spoke on personal branding because to me, it felt very like logos, fonts, colors, photo shoots. And the more I've done the work inside of the Queen's Table, which is our high level like mastermind / one-on-one coaching container, I've been doing it for a year now. The women in the Queen's Table have been incredible and amazing. We've learned a lot. They've learned a lot. And I actually do work on personal branding. It's kind of the whole thing that we do in there. It's building a 7-figure personal brand. And many people don't think about the monetization of a personal brand. I think that society tells us we should have followers, we should have likes, we should have engagement. You know, people should be commenting on our post, or the number of people that follow you equals how relevant and amazing you are. And I can tell you now, from writing a book and dealing with traditional publishers, the amount of followers you have means nothing. Like when I had 20,000 followers, I sold so many copies of my first book myself. I think we're up to like 22,000 copies sold of Confidence Feels Like Shit. And I had like 20, 25,000 followers at the time. And it wasn't about my followers. It was about the connection. It was about how connected I was to my community. It was about how that audience that I had built would action what I would say. And still till this day, I don't do traditional influencer marketing. I don't have any brand deals at the moment. I will do it in the future with the right brands. But it's important to me that I say, oh my God, I love this nail company. And that if you click on them, you're like, oh my God, they're amazing. Like my word is my shit, right? So authenticity and keeping my word. And so I got to see how it wasn't about a big following. It was about you taking your audience on the journey. That's why I share so much here. That's why I tell you the messed up stuff. That's why I've shared my entire story on this podcast when my husband passed away, of being kidnapped, my sexual abuse, my relationships, like how I got to Australia, like all the traumatic, horrible stuff I've shared here, because I want you to know the real me. I want to be who I am. I want to share my story with you. And the more I take you on the journey and then let you in, the more you let me in, and we build an actual relationship here on the podcast. And so personal branding was something I never thought I would be doing, but I am. And I feel like there's a lot of people getting it wrong right now, and we're focused on the wrong things. And it's costing us the impact that we came here to make, the money that we came here to make, the influence that we have available to us. And so I really wanted to give you some insights into some of the things that you could be looking at, and some of the things that maybe you're looking at the wrong way, and hopefully you get a little mindset shift. So first and foremost, we need to talk about this because I think it's so important. And I didn't come into my Instagram thinking about this. But when I first started showing up on YouTube, showing up on my podcast, I literally just had a message that I wanted to share with you. I had a message that I wanted to share with the women of the world. I didn't think about the business behind it. I didn't think about the strategy. I didn't think about the formula. I didn't think about the model. I was just like, this is my outlet. It was really for me. I wanted to talk and share about everything I was experiencing, and I was in the thick of baby, newborn, toddler motherhood, right? Like, that's why I built it. However, what I got to see was there was a lot of women interested in what I was sharing, and they also wanted community. They wanted mentorship, and I knew that I could help them. So mistake number one that we are making when it comes to building a personal brand is that you're building an audience without a business. And that's cool before you launch your business. You want an audience. But if you just have Insta fame and there's no offer, there's no next step, if you're just viral and you're just posting content for the sake of posting content, but you don't know like what you're actually offering that client, what the next step is for your audience, then it's a personal brand without a business model, and it's just vanity. It's validation and vanity metrics. That's it. And it's such a mistake, because if you think about it, you could have, there was a story of an influencer who had 9 million followers or some shit, and she was meant to sell this water bottle. And the chick sold like 15 bottles of water. And everybody who had collaborated with her was like, she's got 9 million followers. For sure, we're going to get sales. It's going to be big. That she got paid all this money. And then when she went to sell it on her stories or on her post, 15 bottles of water she sold. And it was like, hold on, how is that even possible? Possibly that person had followers, had audience, maybe purchased them, who knows? But they weren't connected. They weren't bought in. They weren't invested in her. She didn't have a community. You got followers, and then you got a community. And I feel like if we focus on building community more than anything, that's going to be the phase that we want to move into. And then what do you want those people to do? I'm telling you now, you want to get on stage, you want to do a TEDx, you want to get 1 million followers. For what? You look cool, awesome. And then what? What are those people doing? What are you offering them? What are the next steps that you're going to take them on in the journey? Because traffic, for the sake of traffic, I get all this traffic to my storefront, and the outside looks really pretty, but I have no stock inside my store. There's nothing that the traffic can buy. But I pay all this money to get all these people to come outside of my shop. And then I open the doors and they're like, there's fucking dust on the shelves. There's cobwebs. There's like expired milk. Like there's nothing on the shelves. What's the point of getting all that traffic and making so much noise for heaps of people to come? When they come, there's nothing for them. And that's what I want you to think about. Are you building a business? Are you building an audience without the business? Because you need to think about that. Mistake number two, trying to be somebody else. The amount of swipe, copy, and paste, the amount of vanilla, boring, one size fits all, the amount of that person did that, so I got to do that. In the Queen's Table, we call it the secret sauce, the X factor. And it's like, if you don't know your secret sauce, your story, your narrative, your unique way of you being, your X factor, and trust me, I don't care how introverted and quiet you are, you have a secret sauce. And the fact that you think you don't means it goes to show that you haven't done the work to unpack this. And it's so important, or else you're going to blend in. You're going to sound like everybody else. You're going to be copying that aesthetic, the style of somebody you love. Maybe you love Tony Robbins. You're going to start looking and sounding like him. There's nothing unique about you. Maybe you love Alex Hormozy or Layla Hormozy, and then you're just like a replica of them. And it's like, hold on a minute. People are just going to scroll past that. Like, what makes you you? What makes you different? And mistake number 2, trying to be somebody else, is about like how to fix that. Is about you unpacking your secret sauce. What's your story? Who are you? What do you believe in? What pisses you off? What excites you? Who are you? Who are you? What are your freaking beliefs and thoughts about things? And this is where you can also get canceled, get rejected, get trolled. So what? If you're not willing to stand in who you are and what you believe, because you're too worried about rejection, or you're too worried about what people are going to think about you, you're never going to share your secret sauce. You're never going to have that X factor, because you're too scared and too worried. So you're playing it safe and you're faking it till you make it, and you're vanilla. And one size fits all. We hate those outfits. They do not look nice. You go to Bali and you buy that shit and you're like, no, this is not cute, you know? And so it's really important that you start to understand and think about, what is my edge? What's different about me? And if you have low self-confidence, which we'll get to in a minute, you're going to struggle, because you're going to be like, I'm not special. There's nothing cool about me. I'm like everyone else. And it's like, no, that's not true. Get over yourself. Understand that unpacking your life and your story and your experience and your narrative, that is unique. Nobody has that. Mistake number 3. And this one, I want to poke my eyes out. It kills me. Mistake number 3, you're playing small. You're shrinking. You're hiding. You're not showing up. You're too scared to be seen. And you think you have unlimited amounts of time, but you actually don't. And I'm not trying to rush you or stress you out or get your cortisol up, but girl, we ain't got time. Like, what I could tell you from losing my husband is I was like, whoa. I have this fury and fire and pace in which I live my life. And a lot of people think it's impatience, or that I'm being, I don't know, crazy, or that I should calm down. And it's not that. It's that I know that tomorrow I could be gone. I'm not guaranteed. I don't know when my time is up. And I have shit to do. I have impact to make. I've got things that I want to make happen. So I'm not sleeping, acting like, oh yeah, I'll be all right. I'll do it later. No worries. No, I got worries, a lot of worries. I have a lot of things that I want to do. And so when you play small, when you shrink, when you second guess, when you overthinking, by the time you think about it, somebody else is doing that shit. By the time you're like, I have this idea, I wonder, somebody worse than you, who's not as good as you, by the way, is on action. They're doing it. They're falling over and learning from the mistakes so they can make it better. By the time you wait. And so it's like, you want a TED Talk. You want to write a book. You want to impact the world. You want to be on Oprah's couch. You say that, right? But what are your actions doing? What are your actions doing? Are you overthinking? Are you playing small? Are you procrastinating? Are you letting people who are more audacious and bold than you, who aren't as good as you, go for it? They're going for it. They're taking your audience and your community, and this really keeps me up at night. That's why I put so much content out. That's why I'm inviting people, join the next level, join the Queen's Table, blah, 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 blah. Listen to my podcast. I am fighting for the attention with everyone else, because I know that when I get women, I look after them. I take care of people. And I know, because I've been on the other side, there's a lot of dodgy ass people who will sell you some shit, and they ain't the real deal. Yo, the amount of people I don't believe is wild. I'm so skeptic. I'm so skeptic. So when I sit across, I just had a lady that I sat across, and she was like, I'm not sure if the Queen's Table is the right investment for me and my husband. You know, we've got money put aside, but we want to make sure we feel the pressure, making sure we got the right. I said, listen to me, baby. By the end of this call, I will let you know if I think this is the right thing or not. After you tell me what you want to do, if I can't help you, I will 100% let you know that it is not right for you to invest your money and your savings, you and your husband and your family. To me, like, I'm clean with that. I don't need you to join the Queen's Table. I'm trying to support you. Like, I got the Queen's Table. We rocking. I'm here. I know this stuff. I'm doing it myself as well. So when I bring someone on, I am clean with the idea of, yes, we can support you. Hell yeah, you should invest. Or no, this is not for you. Or I can't help that. Or you're not at that level yet. Or whatever it is. Like, and obviously she joined. But when I tell you that feeling that I have that feeling because I know some of the nasty shit that's out there. So if you play small, if you hide, if you second guess yourself, if you're not out there showing up, taking up space, claiming who you are, inviting the people that you love and care about, supposedly who you came to impact, to work with you, you don't have an offer or a solution to help them, then I'm sorry, but you're throwing them to the wolves, and there are some wolves out there. And I will take responsibility if they get burned by somebody else because I didn't put my hand forward and say, come and work with me. like come and join me. Like if you listen to this podcast and you love my shit, why aren't you in my program? I'm just saying. So for me, I have no shame. That's not shame. That's not me. Oh, rejection. It's not about me. When you're of service, it's not about you. So you don't play small. You don't shrink. You don't think about yourself at all. You're actually in service to the people out there, inviting them to work with you, inviting them to take the next step, willing to say the shit that will maybe get you canceled because you know in your heart and soul it needs to be said. I don't care. There's no playing small or shrinking, especially, my friend, if you want a TEDx. That's an idea worth spreading that hasn't been spread before. It's not copy and paste everybody else's bullshit. A book? How many books are there out in the world? There's a lot of freaking books. What is your shit gonna be? It better be different. You better give me something, some reason to turn the page. So mistake number 3 kills my soul. As you know, it's what this podcast is about. Anyway, got a little bit hot. Mistake number 4, you have an identity crisis. Oh, my friends, have you listened to my Alter Shigo? If you haven't got Becoming Magnetic Chapter 7, Creating Your Alter Shigo, which is all about your identity upgrade. Sometimes we build a brand of who we think we should be. And this is based off of the beliefs, off of your childhood, off of what your family told you, off of what society has said. Like, it's performance. And I just want to give you permission to cut. You're not an actress. You're not performing for anyone. You don't need to build a brand that performs and shows people what you think they want you to do. It's about you. It's about you being unfiltered. It's about you being real. It's about you being raw. It's about you being you. Back to the secret sauce. It's about your X factor. I'm going to tell you now, magnetism starts by you being who you are, by you allowing yourself to be tapped into your full potential of you. So you show up like you dress how you want to dress, you're interesting, you say things that others won't. It's a different experience. It has nothing to do with you wearing sequins, by the way, or being loud or being introverted or extroverted. That's all bullshit labels that don't matter right now. Your identity crisis is when you're pretending to be someone that you think the internet wants, or that you think your family told you to be, or that you think you, air quotes, should be professional because LinkedIn, blah, blah, blah. No, baby, I have companies that are banks that hire me to speak. Banks. They are corporate, they are professional in Australia, and I will go to their conference and speak in a sequin suit. And I am Erika Hood, but I'm professional. And I'm giving them what they need. I'm not swearing, right? I could do that. Sometimes it's hard, but I won't swear, and I'm me. They don't want a professional and a woman in a stiff suit that's talking boring shit. They would have hired someone else. They hired Erika Cramer. They hired me. When people choose you, they're choosing who you are. So be mindful of who you show them that you are, because they're going to want more of that. And if it's vanilla, boring, if you're in an identity crisis where you're pretending to be someone else, but you really believe this, and you're just scared because you don't want to say the things you really believe, or you're scared to wear red lipstick, or you're scared to dress in a certain way, like, be the character you wish to be. Be that person. It's so fun when you create and understand your alter ego, that identity, that shift. When you start shifting how you see yourself, which is negative, into who you really are, who you could be, the potential of you, what? And then you walk like her, talk like her, act like her, dress like her, think like her, hang out with people that she hangs out with. Everything, baby, everything in your whole life changes. Your business changes, your electricity changes, your magnetism changes. You have the cojones to be you. That's so sexy and attractive and magnetic, contagious. Like, I already know when I'm going to get on stage, I'm going to put a potion over everybody. Like, y'all are going to be drunk off of my shit. Like, we're going to have fun. I'm going to bring you into the journey. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to wear something crazy. We're going to do an activity. Like, I'm going to give you Erika's secret sauce. And my secret sauce is about connection. Oh, it makes me a little bit emotional. Like, it's about connecting. It's about joy. It's about being fucking unapologetic. It's about electricity. Like, I do this work. I'm so blessed that I get to live this life. Like, I should be dead. I should be dead on the streets, homeless, addicted to drugs, in jail. I don't know how I'm not. So are you crazy? I'm going to celebrate the fact that I have fucking air in my lungs and I'm alive and I have a mission, a fucking mission to support women, to show up, to stand up, to take up space, to build what they desire, to have the impact. Insane. It's my mission is in my blood. Like, it's connected to my skin. There's no way I can't do that shit. So I'm not stepping on stage pretending to be anybody. I'm not performing. That is so contagious. Shift your next level. Who are you being that's not serving you? Who do you need to be? What is that identity shift for you? What is that next level reinvention? We just did a whole training in the Queen's Table on the identity upgrade. Ooh, Watch out. Those women, I was like, let's go. Like when you get that fire, and sometimes you don't have that fire and you need somebody else. Maybe that's why you listen to the podcast. That's why I believe in mentorship. That's why I love when people are like, I want to work with you, Erika. I need to get around that fire. I'm fucking dead. I'm flatlining. I need a fucking defibrillator, right? Like I'm a defibrillator. I'm an amplifier. I'm an activator. Like sometimes the light bulbs are out and I'm just screwing that shit back on. Vamos, let's go. Like I'm going to put gasoline and light some fucking matches on your ass. Like fuego in your butt cheeks, which is what I say, right? Like sometimes you need to get around that. Sometimes people want you to be that for them. And so don't perform. Don't be filtered. Who the fuck are you? Identity crisis. Go to who you really want to be. Take off the shit that's weighing you down and doesn't belong to you anymore. Like it doesn't fit you. You need to find a new outfit. That's what step 4 is, or mistake number 4. Finally, mistake number 5, a lack of confidence. When you have a lack of confidence, you can't leverage anything. Like if you don't believe in you, people will not believe in what you do. Your audience will not believe in what you do. The people that are going to work with you and hire you will not believe in what you do. The people that want to have you speak at their events will not believe in what you do. Like you have to back yourself. And confidence, if you don't know, I talk about it all the time. Confidence really means confianza, which is trust. So confidence is trusting yourself. So if you don't trust yourself, nobody's going to trust you. If you don't back you, no one's going to buy from you. No one's going to come along the journey. It's like, sometimes I go to these carnivals and I see those rickety ass roller coasters and I'm like, that shit has been around. You know those carnivals, those pop-up carnivals they be doing? And I'm always I lack trust in those carnivals. It's always very questionable. I'm like, the zipper, I don't know about that. How long has that machine been around? Have they greased it up? Those people look very questionable to me. I have a lack of confidence in those things and I don't get on them. I'm not about to risk my life. Like I am very picky because I'm tapped into my own confidence and my own trust, my own voice, my own belief. I have my identity is good. I know who the fuck I am. So then I question other people. Side note, this also keeps you aware of people around you. Like I got once. I was in like a business cult with my husband. I got and I was like, I can't believe I got. Like my eyes are wide open. What? They got me? Yes, they got me. And I was like, never again. So I'm real sus about people. I watch things. I listen to how people act. I listen to what they say. I tune in. I tap in. I vibe. If I'm looking for a mentor, I'm going to do my research. I recommend you do the same. And when I'm like, yes, that person's it, I know. But if I'm like, I don't know how I feel about them, that's what your audience does to you, baby. They're like, I don't know how I feel. They lack confidence. I don't know if I believe them. They're a bit, I don't know about that. When you're questioning yourself and you don't own your power and your energy and your confidence and your magnetism and you're like, I know the fuck I am, my presence, no. Like people could see right through that shit. So you need the confidence to pitch yourself. You need the confidence to do the scary ass shit, like getting on stage in front of 1,000 people in a massive venue, right? I remember when I got the gig at Crown Casino, and I had always wanted to speak at Crown Casino. It's a massive room, huge room, 1,000 people or 1,200 people. And I was like, oh my God, International Women's Day. Whew! And I was so nervous, but so excited. And I was like, I manifested this. Years ago, I was here on the stage going, I'm going to speak here. And everyone's like, that's cute. And then here I am on stage, standing up, talking in front of all these people. And my opening line was, my sequins are sticking into my vagina. And everyone started dying of laughter. Like to have the audacity to say that, there were some men in the room. It wasn't air quotes professional, but it was hilarious. And another lady was like, oh my God, I have those pants, they do stick. And I was like, right girl, ha 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 ha. Now on with the show. And I gave stats and I gave legit things. But like, that was my X factor. Like the reality is I'm walking like a cowboy because these freaking pants, my thighs are sticking together and I had to like, I was like, okay, hi, here we are. And it was hilarious. And then people felt instantly safe. Like, I love her. I can trust her. Oh my God, she doesn't take herself too serious. Oh my God, that's actually hilarious. I can see how they're sticking together. Ha ha. Like I brought a lot of attention into my middle thighs, But then I took them over there and then I entertained them and then they cried and then they laughed. And it was just this incredible experience because I backed myself. I wasn't worried about anything. So you can't sell, you can't lead, you can't promote, you can't pitch yourself if you don't back and believe and trust yourself. No matter how good your offer is, people are not going to buy it if they don't trust you and back you. So you have to have that confidence. And so I am going to do a training. I'm going to do a workshop, like a little masterclass on how to build a 7-figure personal brand, even if no one knows who you are yet. So what I'd love for you to do is make sure you are signed up to my email list, because as soon as that workshop goes live, it's going to be this month. I'm going to run it, and it's going to be like a 90-minute workshop. I'm going to teach you The framework that we use to build this I have a 7-figure personal brand. That's what we do. And now when I get paid to speak on stage, people join my program. People buy my offers, right? It's what I said to you before, like you're building an audience without a business. When people click on my thing, they can listen to my podcast, they can buy my books, they can join my programs, right? I'm not trying to be someone else. They know exactly what they signed up for. Hence why I do a lot of video, a lot of audio. I swear, I say what I say. I'm very vulnerable. I speak some real shit. Like, you like it? Awesome. You don't? Peace. If you hate pink, you ain't my person. Or maybe you hate pink, but you're happy to watch me in pink. Cool, you my person. You know what I mean? Like, there's no me trying to be somebody else. Playing small and shrinking. That is not happening. If I would have kept telling myself that I can't do a TEDx, I would have never got the opportunity to do it. I would have never done it. And it's out there on YouTube in the world now. Now that experience gave me credibility, more leverage. I literally instantly upped my speaker fee, instantly. So now to make 6 figures just in my speaking, that has nothing to do with my offers, my programs, my books, my merch, my masterminds. Do you understand? So now the impact and the business is backing all the visibility because there's somewhere for people to go. It's not just Erika wants to be famous. I could go on a reality TV show tomorrow. You think I'll be so entertaining, girl? What the fuck is the point of that, though? What am I going to do that for? ¿Pa qué? For the fame? For people to go, oh my God, you're so-and-so from the reality TV show? And then what? I got the validation my mom and dad never gave me? That's stupid. It doesn't take anybody anywhere. It's selfish as fuck. It's not taking them on the journey. And I came here to impact. I don't know about you, but if you're listening to me still, then I believe you did too. Identity crisis, we level up. We're not worried about who the fuck we are. We talk about who we want to be in the future. We zoom into her. We reverse engineer who she is in the future so we can do what she does now and get her results today. We act like her now. My husband Hamish does a lot in the Queen's Table around visualization. So important. The breath work, the feeling it, the stepping into it, the crying and going, fuck, I can see myself in the vision. And then like the reverse engineer. What do you need to do today, tomorrow, next month, next week, so that you can achieve that big vision that you can see? And finally, confidence. We need to have the confidence to back ourselves. If we don't back ourselves, other people won't. So I'm going to break down how we've built a 7-figure personal brand. I'm going to take you through the Queen's Table framework that we use that's going to support you with your personal brand, with your business formula, because that is important, and your identity and mindset. Those 3 pillars, business strategy, personal brand, magnetic mindset, and identity, is the thing that's going to hook you up. So what I want you to do, this is your action from today. I want you to audit your brand. I want you to think about your brand as somebody else. If you need to grab a friend's phone and go to your socials, go to your website, check you out as if you weren't you. It's very hard to do. I hope you can do this. Check yourself out. How is it? What are you known for? When people think of you, what do you think they know? What do you think they say? Not what you want them to say. What do they naturally say? Oh, Erika's about? Boom. What are they saying? I want you to stop creating content for the sake of feeding the algorithm, and I want you to start creating desire. What do people desire? What do people want from you? What are they asking you for? What is the ideal thing that you would be teaching people, that if your audience had a chance to say, Erika, I want to learn this from you, what would that be? Can you start creating that? Can you start letting people into your life and who you are and your X factor and why you think the way you think? Next, I want you to think about your offer. I have a client who's about to do a TED Talk. This was on her vision board. And I'm like, girl, we need to streamline that offer. So you're going to go do a TED Talk, get on stage, get eyes on you, get visibility. And people are going to go .com. They're going to check you out. What can they buy? What can they purchase? What freebie can they get? Where do we want them to go? I want you to start reverse engineering your offers and your services and the thing that you provide. Reverse engineer it to your content, to your talks, to your speaking. How can I work with you? Where do you want people to go? I want you to do some scary shit. I want you to tell me, if you want to DM me or message me, what is the scary thing that you are avoiding that you know you want to do? I want to speak on stage with Tony Robbins or at an Aspire event in America. I want to be around the big Tony and all those people. I want to do that. And so I'm like, cool, I'm going to the States. I go to America a bit because I want to be over there, because I want to do that. I got a speaking bureau in America now. Amazing. Doesn't mean anything. Speaking bureaus don't work for you. You got to work for your damn self. But anyway, we're one step there, right? So what do I need to do if I'm actually scared and I want to do this thing? Think about the thing you're scared to do. Don't just journal about it and think about it. What is the action step that you refuse to do? For me, my action step was applying for TEDx. That was the action step. And guess what? I got it. And then I was like, shit, I got to write my TEDx. So scary. Like skid marks in your undies, like all the time, all day, every day. Like I want you to be on the edge of your fucking seat. Welcome to life. Hello, you're alive. Let's live this shit. That's your actions. I want you to do that after this, after hearing this. And look out for this training that I'm going to run, this workshop. It's going to be how to build a 7-figure personal brand, even if no one knows who you are yet. So even if you're not there yet, I want to give you the frame to think about and work with, because I'm telling you now, after years of experience and millions of dollars that we've built and the desire that we've created and the being sought after and people asking me to speak, and I'm on book number 3 right now behind the scenes, planning and mapping out my proposal. Like I'm doing the things that I said I wanted to do. So I am the best person to tell you this, and I'm telling you with love and a little bit of slap across the face. You need to go out and do this shit. It's not going to come to you. No one's going to knock on your door and say, oh my God, I heard you were amazing. Nobody's going to do that. You have to be willing to make it happen for yourself. So I'll let you know when that happens, but please make sure you're signed up to my email list, because I'm going to send the email to my list. And lastly, if you are like, Erika, I am so ready for this. The Queen's Table, we are taking applications right now. At the time of recording this, it's July 2025. We will be onboarding for our September cohort. I'm going to tell you now, we have 8 spots left, because we already got 2 out of our 10. We're going to take 10 ladies. We have 8 spots left at the time of me recording this. If you think that the Queen's Table is for you, if you're already an expert at what you do and you want to elevate your personal brand, you want to have an amazing business formula so that you can make 7 figures whilst changing the world, having more impact, more influence, and more income, then my love, the Queen's Table could be for you. Just head to the link in the show notes. You can drop in your application. I personally go through each application with my team, and if you look really good, we'll ask you to book a call. You and I will jump on Zoom for a quick chat. I'll tell you all about it. We'll see what we can do, and if it works, you can join us at the Queen's Table, and you work with me one-on-one. P.S. That is the only way that I will work one-on-one with anyone, is if they are on the Queen's Table. So it is mastermind, but you also get one-on-one with me and with my husband Hamish, and it's a fucking incredible community, very tight-knit. Obviously, I can't scale it. The goal is not to scale it. It's to have amazing-ass women popping off. That is the goal. I want you to fucking win. I don't want to gatekeep shit from you. I want you to win. I want women to actually support each other by hooking each other up. Here's the phone number. Here's the literary agent. Here's the TED Talk. Here's my TED Talk. Like my client was able to do it because she witnessed mine and I took her behind the scenes. That's how I did mine. And it's so important. The back end, the offer, the business, all this shit. I love you so damn much. I know today was a big one, but I had to talk about it because we're in the thick of it now. And I really, really want you to own your damn space. You deserve to have all the success, all the impact that you came here for, my love. And the only one that fucking stops us is ourselves. So get around some good ass women and back yourself. I love you. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for listening. I freaking love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your ears and your energy and your attention. Thank you for letting me into your world. And thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast. There are so many podcasts you can listen to, and I deeply, deeply